I've already mentioned Kim Peek, who was a fascinating person. When he was born, Peek's brain was damaged in certain ways. It's possible that his savant abilities developed because his body had to create unusual connections between the left and right halves of his brain. His abilities included an incredible memory. He is said to have memorized, that is, he remembers the exact contents of more than 12,000 books. He was also extremely good at performing mathematical calculations quickly and accurately. Another person with savant syndrome is Stephen Wiltshire, a fellow Londoner. Wiltshire was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old. He has an amazing ability to draw things in incredible detail from memory, even if he has seen them just for a very short time. Taking a single short helicopter ride over Tokyo, and then drawing a detailed and accurate reproduction of what the city looked like from the air was one of the most amazing examples of his unusual skills. More amazing? He did this entirely from memory. Even more amazing? He reproduced this drawing on a 30-foot-long canvas in less than a week. Anyway, as I was researching this topic, I came across a category of savants that I hadn't heard about before. For the savants I've mentioned so far, Kim Peek or Stephen Wiltshire, their abilities typically began when they were very young. 3 or 4 years old is typical. But there's another group of people who didn't show any savant skills as young children, but suddenly acquired amazing skills because of an injury or illness to their brain or central nervous system. These people are called acquired savants, or sometimes sudden savants. A good example of an acquired savant is Tony Cicoria. At the age of 42, Cicoria was struck and almost killed by lightning. Approximately 2 months after this accident, Cicoria became intensely interested in listening to and playing piano music. This was notable because, before his accident, he had no special interest in music at all. What's more, Cicoria found that he could hear music in his mind that he had never heard before. It turns out that the accident gave him an amazing ability to compose new music, even though he had never had any formal training in music composition. Orlando Sorrell is another interesting example of a person with acquired savant syndrome. One day, when he was 10 years old, Sorrell was playing baseball. He got hit hard on the head with the ball, but felt well enough to continue playing. He had a headache afterward that stemmed from the injury. One that lasted for several days, in fact, but never went to see a doctor. After his headache finally disappeared, Sorrell realized he had 2 new special mental abilities. The first was that if somebody told him a date, such as June 13th, 1970, Sorrell could easily and quickly calculate what day of the week that was, a Saturday in this case. His other new talent was an ability to remember what the weather was like on any day in the past that he experienced.